Are you thinking about playing Jett, but you aren't quite sure if she's the character for you? Well, do you want to be the star of the show? Do you want to lead your team to elevated glory or ransacked ruin? Do you want to be a solo queue asshole the whole time while doing it? Then yeah, Jett's the gal for you. Utility. Jett's only form of utility is her Cloudburst, but what a utility ability it is. Pressing C will launch a ball of vape through the air that you control by waggling your mouse in the direction you want it to go in. This allows you to throw it over walls, around corners, and sometimes both at the same time. Keep in mind though, the vape cloud lasts about as long as the fad did, so make sure you use that time wisely. Q, double jump thingy. It's a double jump that lifts you in the air. There's really not a whole lot to say, other than the fact that there is quite a delay from the end of the ability to when you can actually pull your gun out again and shoot somebody. Just be careful when you're jumping up super high in the air. This can also combo with her passive, wherein holding spacebar will let you float gracefully to the floor. Or her Tailwind Sprint, which, speaking of, Tailwind Sprint. This is Jett's natural talent, meaning she gets a free use of it every round. Pressing E will launch you horizontally in that direction. Just like her Q, there is a massive delay from the end of the sprint to pulling out your weapons again. So dashing into an enemy to surprise them is just about the worst thing you can do on a Kali. Getting 2 kills resets your E, allowing for another dash. So far, Jett's kit may sound a little bit lackluster. I mean, you got some jumpy jumps, you got a weak vape cloud that you can twirl around like a ballerina. What's the big deal? Why does every toxic streamer play this character? Including me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Ha! Tricked ya. Got a stream plug in there. But seriously, I do stream here on YouTube at those times. I would love to say hi to you, so stop by. Well, it's because of her ultimate and how it interacts with the rest of her kit. Jett's ultimate summons a bunch of whooshy kunai that will fly at your enemies when you fire. You can either fire them one at a time or all at once. With this being said, your kunai do get restocked on kills, and on headshots are a one-hit kill. Oh, did I also mention that they are hit scan, they are not affected by movement, and on top of all of this, there is much less delay on firing them after using her Q or her E. Do you see it now? Do you see why? Do you see why she's so popular? She's a highly mobile, high-risk, high-reward Twitch clip-making useless feeding machine. I mean playmaker. Much like Genji in Overwatch or Yasuo in League of Legends, you are either going to be the reason your team wins, or more than likely the reason your team is going to lose. A highly accurate and highly skilled Jett can dismantle entire squads on her own, but on the other hand, you're most likely going to see Jetts popping their ultimate, double jumping into the air, and getting headshotted. Then after that, she's probably going to find a way to blame the death on you, so kudos. Weapons. Honestly, just play what feels good to you, man. I like using an op on Jett, but I just like using an op on everybody pretty much. Getting an intra-frag and then dashing back to safety with your E is super effective on Jett. Keep in mind though that with your ultimate being such a powerful combat ultimate that can chain kills, you can just save your money some rounds and buy a pistol that you're comfortable on, some armor, kill somebody with your ultimate, and then take their primary gun. She just really feels like a hit and run style assassin, but in a slow methodical shooter, and it's honestly jarring how fast you have to play Jett to feel like you're making an impact, but more on that later. Jett is a highly skill expressive agent, meaning she can morph into many playstyles and many different roles. Speaking of which, roles! Jett, in my humble opinion, is best played as an entry fragger, getting a quick pick for her team to get an early numbers advantage and then pushing in. The times that I felt like I was playing the best on Jett was when I was playing fast and loose, popping a cloudburst into a choke, dashing into an odd corner, and picking off confused enemies. Or double jump floating into the air to get intel, or to float behind and flank. Another way that you can use Jett is to watch a point that the enemy has not been favoring. And if they do what you expect and they don't go to that point, Jett can rotate around the map much better than other characters because of all of her mobility. You can also get creative with her Q to get into odd places to slightly better hold sightlines on the map and get the jump on your enemies. Just keep in mind though, you do make a lot of noise when you use your Q and your E, so make sure there's nobody next to you. Because you can jump super high into the air, get on your Sage's good side by complimenting her all game to gain her trust and ask her for a boost at spawn to get a cheeky peek. Be careful though, because if you try to do this strat more than once per game, you are gonna get picked off. Unlike other characters in this game, you don't have a kit that gives you lockdown plus flashbang plus wall plus an extra life. She just has mobility, so frickin' use it for crying out loud. Wrap up. If you are someone that grew up logging thousands of hours into Quake and you want a run and gun character that you can show off your pixel perfect twitch aim while flying through the air like a fairy cloud princess, then this is the agent for you. She was just literally made for you. Just make sure you use your movement to your advantage as much as possible, and remember, if you die, it's your team's fault. Toodles!